Hey, Market Chameleons. Thanks for joining us. You have Dmitry and myself, two founders of Market Chameleon, and we have a special guest, Dan Passarelli from Market Taker Mentoring. And Dan has been a friend of ours for quite a while and is a chameleon himself, uses Market Chameleon and mentors people on how to trade options. I mean, he's written many books. He traded on the CBOEs. Dan, how many books have you written?
Just two.
Well, just two. That's two more than Dmitry and myself combined, so that's pretty good. Before we get started, behind me, Dmitry, if you want to read it, is the disclaimer. Basically, neither Dan, Dmitry, or myself are registered broker-dealers. We're not giving advice here. We are just giving basically, it's like a classroom setting, right? We are giving information about how to look at the market, whatever. But anything you're going to do, go to a professional, talk to a professional. We are not professional advisors. Dmitry, anything else with that?
No, that's it. I think you did a good job giving the disclaimer that we're just sharing ideas. We're not telling them what to do. These aren't, advice. I think they all.
Yes. Now, a couple other things. We have a chat. So if you have a question, don't use the chat. You can chat with me and let me know first, can you hear us? That would be a great place to start. I know I can hear Dan and Dmitry, but make sure you can hear us. If there's a problem, put it on the chat, but put the questions in the Q&A down below. And actually, I do have a poll. I'm going to launch that. And this poll is asking you, do you use options to trade around earnings? Yes or no? This will help Dan, Dmitry, and myself in the future when we're planning, webinars, different things. And right now, wow, people are pounding on it. 78% do use 80%. 12 of 20 people right now. Wow, 20 of 30 people. A lot of people using options to trade around earnings. And with that, we will go to Dan Passarelli with a little story he has about trading earnings. There you go, Dan.
All right. Hey, thanks, Will. Thanks, Dmitry. I've got some great things to share here today. I guess I ought to share my screen, huh?
Sharing the screen's good.
Sharing the screen is good. That's where all the good stuff is.
And that MTM stands for Market Taker Mentoring. Is that correct, Dan?
Yes, sir. Yep. All right. Well, hey, everyone. Welcome, and thanks for joining me. Glad to be here. How are you feeling today? Hope you're feeling good. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can make money in this market with a little known unique trading opportunity that's immune to market volatility and to this crazy market. Now, this is what I do in all markets, including and especially in this market right now. This is the best opportunity I know of to make back losses from the past 6 months, if you've had any, or if you haven't, to just move forward and be more consistent in your trading. This unique opportunity involves trading earnings around earnings announcements. Now, I spent a lot of time figuring this out. I've cracked the code on how to do it. And since earnings season is right here before us, it's like in 2 weeks, it's the biggest week of earnings season. I agreed to come here and talk to the Market Chameleon family of traders and share with you how it works so that you can start using it immediately. Sounds great, right?
That does sound great. It does.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And the banks start this week, I think, even.
Yes, I know. And we're going to talk about some of the banks too. So it's been a crazy market. I literally, I wasn't sure if I wanted to share this story, but I'm not mentioning any names or anything, but I literally talked to a guy on Saturday. This is like hand to God truth, who lost over $600,000. Really?
I just fainted.
I know. Poor guy. I mean, I felt so bad. He just didn't know what to do, and he was looking for a way to turn things around. Now, I'm not going to promise you're going to, make back $600,000 on your next trade, But my promise to you is I'm going to show you how it's possible to make back some losses and to begin turning the ship around if you've had trouble in these crazy markets, so you don't have to rely on just the buy and hold and pray strategy for years and years and years to have your financial freedom back. This technique uses my proprietary earnings trading system. And at the end of this presentation, I'll show you how you can take the next step so you can start getting immediate results. Fair deal? Yep.
Seems reasonably fair.
Yeah. Also, the only way to make a change is to follow through and take action. You're the one in control. In order for you to make the most out of this presentation, allow yourself to give this your full attention, and it'll be great. Also, I'm going to hold all questions until the end of the presentation.
And put those questions in the Q&A, everybody.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm not going to get to them right now, probably, but I will get to every single one of them until these guys throw me off. So this is a pictorial representation of some of the things I've done with my career through trading. Worked with all these firms in some way or another. Got to travel literally the world. Done some really cool things. Get to be on TV a lot. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Here's the thing. If you've traded earnings, I can help you do it better and be more profitable with less risk and more consistency. If you've not traded earnings in the past, then you're in the right place at the right time, because this can be your most profitable trade. Will, did we get results, or do you guys have to compile those?
The results from the poll?
Yeah.
Let me share results, Dan. 23%, well, I'll share them with everyone. 88% do trade options around earnings. Can you see those results?
Yeah. Oh, good. This is going to be great, man. You guys are going to be very interested in this. Now, as you know, trading's not easy necessarily by any means, but I have this strategy down to a science, literally a 3-minute process. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm going to show you how and why. It'll blow your mind. And I've taken the decision process down to whether or not a trade is worthy of your time and your effort and your money. You know, again, literally in the amount of time it should take to brush your teeth. Hopefully it'd take about 3 minutes.
That's what the dentist recommends.
Now, I had an event in Chicago with some of the traders that we've helped, and we stopped by the Chicago Board of Trade Building, where I do some of my TV interviews. When you're watching traders on TV talk about the markets, we're there to show you what we're watching, what we're trading, what's making money. And many traders make a good living out of simply playing follow the leader. Good traders don't reinvent the wheel. They follow the leader and they just do what works. You've heard the trend is your friend, right? That goes for which strategies are working now too. Watch what the top traders are doing, what's working now, and mirror their road-tested strategies. And like, that's the key to success, right? Are you following me? Yep.
I am. Yep.
So, also taking action too. You know, it doesn't matter if you have the best opportunity in the world before you. If you don't take action and make it happen, it disappears. Now, this is pre-market crash. Goldman was up 23% over this 12-month period. Question. I don't know if we can do another poll, a quick one, or you can just say it in your head, think in your head. It's probably easier. Would you be happy with a 23% return in a 1-year period? Would you? Right now, I think many traders would be thrilled with that. But I mean, on average, in the long run, is that your goal? Trading's hard for a lot of people because they rely on markets going up. But what if I told you there's a strategy where it doesn't matter if the market goes up or down, you can still make money, and potentially really good money? Would you be interested?
I would.
Yeah. So this is Goldman Sachs. They were up 23% last year, but here's the thing. Right now, interest rates are around 0, right? They've got 36,600 employees. Their average salary is $367,564. That's $13.5 billion before bonuses. And that includes all, like that average salary includes all the interns and all that. The traders, you know, they're making a lot more than that. But right now, interest rates are around zero. That's bad for banks. This volatility is bad for advisors. But you know what saved these firms? It's their trading units. Goldman needs to make hundreds of percents a year to cover all those salaries and bonuses. And if their stock's up 23%, they're not making 23% on their trades. They're making a lot more. They have to. These are the kind of trades that professional traders make. That's why they make 300 or 400 grand a year before those gigantic bonuses. When I started down on the trading floor, I started with a $30,000 account, right? So not a big one, or, you know, it's all relative, but making trades like a professional trader weekly and monthly enabled me to turn that into a whole lot more, you know, I mean, into seven figures, to be honest. That's more than 23% a year. This is what's possible. And this is what traders who are in the know are doing. And we can do that with earnings trades. There are a few advantages. First of all, earnings trades are market independent. We don't care if the market's up or down. It doesn't matter. We don't care about direction. They're very short term on each trade, which further limits market exposure. If the market's tanking, it's not going to have a big effect on us. These are potentially really leveraged profits. There's an extremely simple yes/no screen test that I'll share with you. The opportunities are concentrated into a very short period of time. The biggest week of opportunities is less than 2 weeks away, starting on July 27th. Remember that date. That's when there will literally be hundreds of earnings announcements every day. We're at the beginning of literally, like, this is an important earnings season. We're at the beginning of a life-changing time to be trading. So when you want to be prepared for that, when's the best time to get started? A month from now? Probably now, right? Like, now is a perfect time to get started with this. And the best thing about earnings trades is they frickin' work. Now, it wasn't until I was a trader, like most of the traders attending this webinar, trading in a retail account, that I discovered the power of time spreads. We're going to talk a lot about time spreads here. And after trading literally thousands of time spreads on the trading floor, and honing my skills with them, mostly in the form of risk management, which is really key to everything we're going to talk about here today, I learned like the last 10% nuance in kind of a strange way. I'm going to share a quick story with you. So, you know, after being in this career for a while, I found myself one day, this is a few years back, on the phone with one of the producers for Bloomberg Television. And they wanted me to come down and interview me standing like in the pit, in the VIX pit at the CBOE. And I'd never done television before. And, you know, I was a little bit geeked out, you know, I thought, oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great, you know? And so I'm talking to the producer and he tells me what we're gonna be talking about. Like, I don't know if you know this, like, how it works behind the scenes is like they tell you what you're interested in talking about. So on this day for this first interview, he said, listen, Apple has earnings coming out tomorrow, and we want you to give us a trade idea on how to trade Apple's earnings. And then it was like the record scratch is like, oh no, really, man? Like, let me call you back. My mom's calling me. Give me 1 second. I'll call you right back. And get off the phone. I was like, oh no, man. Cause I thought it would be kind of fun to be on TV, but I'd never traded earnings before. You know, like I was never allowed to. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I traded as a professional, I traded every single day, day after day, week after week, month every month, year after year. I traded on earnings days, but I was always like flat. Like for you advanced traders, I was flat delta, I was flat theta, I was flat gamma, you know, flat vega, because I wanted to be protected. In fact, my risk manager insisted upon it. So I was like, man, and like most professional traders don't trade earnings. So I was like, oh man, well, what can I do? So I, there's a thing about me. I always put my money where my mouth is. If I'm going to talk about a trade on TV, I'm going to have that trade on. It's just a moral thing. So I looked through the Apple options chain, and I looked, and I was like, okay, could I buy calls? Like, I don't know if I could buy calls or puts. I don't know if it's going to go up or down. Like, it's so hard to guess direction. You got to, look through all their financial statements, guess the whisper number, and if they beat it, and blah, blah, blah. Could I buy a call spread? No. Could I sell a credit spread? What can I do? None of the trades look good. And I was like, well, let's look at a time spread. I was like, holy cow, this is actually a great trade. It was like so strong. It was a no-brainer. I immediately put the trade on, and then I went and did the interview, and everything worked like a charm. And I was kind of hooked after that. And later I came across some data that I'll show you in a minute that gave me like black and white proof that this was no fluke. When the right criteria are met, this is a genuine consistency strategy that can be used over and over and over again to crank out consistent profits during earnings season. All right. Now the strategies, again, are time spreads and straddles, but mostly time spreads. About 95% of the time, it's going to be time spreads. A time spread is when I buy an option and then I sell another option, same type, like they're both calls or they're both puts, with a shorter amount of time to expiration with the same strike price. Now, the data show that these usually work. And you'll see that in the next couple slides. When certain criteria are met. This is really important. I am definitely not saying, oh, if there's earnings, go and trade a time spread. You will lose money if you do that. There's certain criteria that have to be met. Otherwise, it's a disaster. And if they are met, it can be amazing and consistent. Now, there are other times when other criteria are met, when straddles are appropriate, but straddles are usually weak when it comes to earnings. But later when we do our yes/no screen test, I'll show that there are times, a little less than 5% of the time, when straddles are the way to go. Now, we're going to stick mostly to time spreads. That's where, if you do it right, you get the most bang for your buck. Let me show you why. There is a whole bunch of data here. Don't get hung up on it. Like, we're not looking at all the numbers. Here's what's important. What this slide shows is that if you sell short-term options the day before an earnings announcement, they lose value greatly once earnings are announced the next trading session. Now, longer-term options also lose their value after the announcement. But what the key is, the short-term options lose more than the long-term options. That's the key observation. So what that means essentially, and proves essentially, is that trading time spreads around earnings when certain criteria met is an effectively long-run consistent winning strategy. And you can see the results right there. Now, these are basically the steps that you have to take in order to be successful with this. There are a few details involved, but here's the gist. This is a good time to write some things down. First of all, we find all the optionable stocks that have earnings coming out after the close today or before the open tomorrow. Got it? So we'll find several trades a day. Sometimes there are hundreds. For example, the week starting July 27th, there are literally hundreds every day. That's an extremely important week. Now, using the yes/no screen test, what we do is we use this very simple test to see if we should continue on with the potential trade. This is your first step, and if you do this on all your trades throughout earnings season, it will literally save you hours and hours of your precious time and make your life so much better because it's simple. Not to mention, it'll ensure that you're only making the best trades, the ones with edge, meaning they have a statistical advantage in your favor. So your win rate increases and your winners are bigger. Everybody like this so far? Yes? Good?
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So we only continue on with trades that have a positive term structure of volatility, and the greater the disparity of term structure, the better. This step is critical. This is what I did on the trading floor every single day, and then put it into this earning system to simplify it for our students. Next, we run the is-was check by modeling the spread on tomorrow's days with a variant vol crush on both the short-term and the long-term option based on a partial reversion to the mean, but also relative to historical volatility. And then we compare that to the past to get the modeled endurable gap. Write that one down too, the modeled endurable gap, okay? The modeled endurable gap is just my way of making this completely foolproof in black and white. So it's super easy. You can't mess it up. Once you have that, you'll know exactly which way trades to put on and which ones to stay away from. Now, this is where Market Chameleon really comes in. I was talking with Will and Dmitry the other day, and I was like, man, there are some things that I can't live without with Market Chameleon. I need to actually explore it even more because I know it's so powerful. Like there's just this one section that like is, oh man, like super powerful. Our earnings class is by far the most profitable class for our students. I used to teach this class and literally hand calculate the gaps, and it took a while for each trade. You know, I'd have a freaking calculator out, you know, in class. I was so grateful when I came across Will and Dmitry and learned about Market Chameleon because the system is so much easier now. This is literally how we're able to take the trade analysis down to just 3 minutes. And you'll get the opportunity to see how this works in just a few minutes. Now, this is where most people go wrong. We put on the time spread the session immediately before earnings because this is less than a 24-hour trade. And for me, like this is the only trade where I plan it to be less than 24 hours. Most are a little bit longer. We follow the MTM proprietary earnings trade technique that I just shared with you. And then we exit the very next day at the precise time, okay? Everyone screws this up, really. But I'll show you where you can get, and there's a little bit of nuance, and I'm going to show you where you can get the timing for this just a little bit later. And then you just go through this and it's rinse, wash, repeat. Now, I want to share a couple examples here so that you understand how this works. This is a trade from a few earnings seasons ago, I guess, in McDonald's. So the day before earnings, we bought 10 of the McDonald's 11-day 165 strike calls. They expire in 11 days at 211. And then we sold at the same time, we sold the McDonald's 4-day to expiration calls. Same strike, 165, so it's a time spread, and collected $1.75. So we paid $2.11, collected $1.75. We put this on for a 36-cent debit. Everybody following me? Yes?
I think everyone following him? I'll put that out there, but yeah, I'm following you.
Okay. So then the next day, we simply close it by reversing the trade. When we bought, we sold. When we sold, we bought. So we bought to close 10 of the now 3-day 165 calls at 129 and sold to close 10 of the now 10-day 165 calls at 281. So paid 36 cents, less than 24 hours later, collected 52 cents. Excuse me. So the trade made, let's recap here. The trade made 16 cents on a 36-cent trade. So that's 44%, right? When you do a 1 lot, it's whatever it is, 10 lot, 50 lot, whatever it is. So 44%, it's not a bad trade. So for example, if this was a 10 lot on that, we would have risked $360 and made 160 bucks. Now, notice And this is important. I wanted to make this as black and white as possible. So I assumed buying the offer, which is the high price, and selling the bid on the other option, which is the low price, for presentation purposes only, because I just wanted it to be like undeniable proof. But in reality, because the bid-ask spreads were somewhat wide, particularly on the closing trade, which is almost always the case, if I'd have used our technique for middling the market, profit would have likely been a bare minimum of about 20 cents better, which is like $200 on the 10 lot, or more like honestly on this one, it could have been 100% return. But again, I just wanted to show in this example in a pure, unarguable way what's possible. In reality, managing the bid-ask spreads on closing the trade is one of the areas where most people go wrong. People literally leave thousands of dollars on the table every earnings season, or simply just don't make money every earnings season, not doing this part right. The results I show that are sort of the worst case scenario in this example are good, but they can be really great. So now I want to make this very realistic and show you exactly how this works in real life when you middle the market with the MTM 25-20 middling technique. So these are screenshots. It was the same earnings season in Oxy. So we were able to buy to open the February 22nd 66 calls at $1.49. Now you'll notice, you'll notice that they're offered at $1.50. So we're buying below the offer, not in the exact middle, but in the middle between the actual bid and the offer. And then we sold the February 15th 66 calls at $1.31. So again, above the bid. This one happens to be right smack dab in the middle of the market. So we bought it to open at 18 cents. And then the next day, I logged in, and it was one of these where it was like, oh, this worked out great. It's a really quick profit right off the bat. I put in a 30-cent offer, which is a nice percentage return. I got filled on 2 of them. And then it started to move away from me. And I was like, no, I don't want to lose a good thing here. So I just stepped down to 27 cents and ended up working out to be a 51.7% profit in one day. MGM. This is a different trade. I made this one also. Does this always work out? No. But the important thing is that these are really manageable. Like here, I got in, I paid 20 cents. I got out the next day. It wasn't working out. I middled the market. I went through the technique, did all the nuance, and I sold it at 19 cents, lost 5% on this one in a day. And here in Las Vegas Sands, did 40% in a day, bought it at 50, sold it at 70. I could go on and on. I do this every single earnings season, and it's great. But to be consistent with this, I always like to say management makes money. Entering the trade is super simple. Like if you can follow a checklist, you can find the trades, analyze them, set them up, and make them. And it's a breeze. Like you can do it in 3 minutes. Closing the trade, that's the one where it requires a little bit of nuance. One, we close it the next session, but getting the timing right and doing it exactly right is a little bit more nuanced. I'll show you a resource to make these nuances super easy to manage in just a minute, actually. But keep in mind, this is a system. And that's why these trades are so simple. Work the system, and the system works. Are we getting this?
We are.
Awesome.
And they're also, the chameleons who are listening to the show are also getting it. They all said yes.
Yeah, all right. So listen, this is part of like a winning mindset. How often can you and it's very realistic. How often can you find trades like this? Literally all throughout earnings season, there are hundreds of opportunities. Are these returns common? Yes. Earnings trades can yield highly leveraged returns with low risk. And what if the trade doesn't work out? They don't all work out. I showed you one, but risk is limited. And more importantly, it's manageable and can be a small fraction of gains. So again, this is part of a winning mindset. We have students who are determined to win, where winning is your only option. And when you make that determination for yourself, like, there can like literally be no stopping you. We have people in our community chat room who are some of our top money-making traders who literally post trades like this live, real time, all day long for everyone to see. So let's talk about how to make this work. This is a super simple process that anyone can follow, and we're on the heels of it right now. Timing is urgent with earnings season, you know, if you want to take advantage of it. You can literally make the next 6 months the best of the year and repeat that success in future earnings seasons throughout your trading career. And this is important. Earnings season is right here, right now. And that's why I'm giving this presentation today. Your timing is crucial. So get ready to take action now or risk the opportunity being gone. Like this is the time. And your time is valuable. I mean, first, do you really have years to play around figuring this out for yourself? How many months or years have you spent so far? When is enough enough? Like, when do you want someone just to simply show you what to do so you can just begin seeing results now? And your time is valuable. It's the most valuable asset you have. Like, I talk to people who have tried to play around figuring out earnings. They spend an hour or so looking at the screen and like they kind of guess, and they do these like high risk things and they make a trade and basically hope it works out. Like, that's time consuming and that's stressful, and you cannot make money when you're uncertain or stressed. This earnings trading system, again, like no joke, literally takes 3 minutes per trade, and it's following a simple checklist. It takes all the guesswork out, and that not only saves you time, but it reduces your stress level, so you trade better. This is the Total Earnings Domination All Access Package. I'm going to share this with you. It's my system for beating the market. And I began discovering this down on the trading floor so that you can trade consistently and confidently and have peace of mind and feel in control of your trading. And it uses simple, data-driven, low-risk techniques that you can take action on and start using literally right now. So in this course, here's some of what you're going to learn. How to easily scan the market for these earnings trades, where to get real-time data that pinpoint the winning earnings trades, the best time of day for entries and exits. Again, that's where most people go wrong. The yes-no screen blueprint, the earnings time spread risk checklist, so you have maximum gains and minimize your losses, how to calculate those oh so important is-was gaps, how to manage wide bid-ask spreads. It's everything. And of course, management makes money. Again, that is one of the areas where most people go wrong, but you'll see how easy it's going to be. So you now have an opportunity to trade more consistently using a strategy that works in all market conditions, to get a blueprint for earnings trading and watch live setups of earnings trades so you can just follow along, and to make the next few weeks your top performing yet. And plus, the important thing, to hedge or make back losses on trades you already made or that you have on now. Are you ready?
Is everyone ready? I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. This is our Total Earnings Domination All Access Premium Package. I'm going to make this really easy for you. This All Access Premium Package is for a full 6 months. So first of all, let me share with you what you're going to get in this class. You begin with the brain dump part of the training. I'm going to put 27 years of experience into your head with one video. This is where I explain the whole system, like the keys to the kingdom. This is a $29.95 value, $2,995 value. Why is it almost $3,000? Because if you can make the kind of money we're talking about consistently, on daily trades throughout this earnings season and for the rest of earnings seasons throughout this year and forever, that small investment can pay profits over and over again that can last a lifetime. And the best part is this is only a one-time investment. And as you can see, there's no auto renewal on any of this, one-time investment. Now, I sign up for a lot of online classes too. So, and not option trading classes, but things that I need to learn in order to build great classes to make it easier for you to ramp up your trading fast. I know no matter how great a video class is, I know I'm going to have questions. I want someone just to show me exactly what to do. Today, you're going to get hands-on training right here with these 5 live coaching sessions starting on July 27th. You'll log in and watch me trade live in a real money account. So you'll see exactly what to do because you'll just follow along and make trades with me. This is where the class really comes together because you literally see the system being traded in the live market and follow along, and we'll make our first trades this quarter together as a group. It is the ultimate hands-on training. And we want you to literally have this mastered. So you'll also get our 4-part on-demand video masterclass, earnings trading techniques from 2 decades on the CBOE trading floor. You'll know exactly what to do every time. This puts the power into your hands, that part. And then you're going to have questions. So you're getting 6 months of the MTM community chat room. You'll be able to log in and get all your questions answered by me or the other coaches. But another huge, like, sort of secret benefit is that in the MTM community chat room is where our top money-making students log in and post their trades live in real time. And they're so helpful. It's such a great community. If all you got out of this class was to watch some of our top 6-figure traders posting their trades real time and helping you every day, like, wouldn't it be worth it just for that? This is an all access premium package. It's valued at $7,437. But I want to make this a complete no-brainer, completely irresistible. So you can immediately sign up right now. A 1,000,000-mile journey begins with the first step. And this is that step. So go right now to markettaker.com/CHAM right now. And instead of paying $7,400 right now, you'll pay just $497. So 1, 2, 3, go. That's a massive 93% discount. And let's be fair, like, why would I give such a huge discount? Because right now I've talked to like hundreds of traders who need help. This is the best way that I know how to give that help. And I want you to be, every year I set out to create 1,000 new success stories. I want you to be one of them this year. People who take action are the ones who can become great traders. Those of you who see a great opportunity and fearlessly act on it, you're the ones that I can truly help. So to give one more push for the people we know we can truly help, this 93% discount it's only valid for the first 25 people who join us right now, because you're the ones who are fearless and who are action takers, who are going to be able to make this work. So 1, 2, 3, go to markettaker.com/CHAM. Now, I'm going to open this up to questions in a minute. Before then, again, join us at markettaker.com/CHAM, short for Chameleon, right now. Now, I think it was 83% of you said that you do trade options around earnings, but that means that 17% of you don't. 17% of you might be kind of new to this. Here's an extra special bonus. The Options Impact video course. This is normally a $497 class. It's our Kickstarter series. It's just the basics. It'll show you what a call is, what a put is, how it works, how to trade them. This levels the playing field to fast track you for max gains so that you can trade just like the folks who are in the 83% who do this regularly. This is the big bonus though. This is the big one. I'm going to give you 6 months access to the course that every single one of our top traders has gone through. This is the MTM online education series. I personally teach this class and it goes way beyond the basics. Each month we pick a different topic to drill down on and give you a near expert understanding of it so you can achieve mastery as an option trader. For example, there's a class, hands-on option trade adjustment strategies, profit driving volatility strategies. Each of these is a 4-part series. How to make income strategies work in this market, secrets to trade execution of volatile market. That's going to help you with your earnings trade and all your trades and so on. And these are 3:30 Central Time, which is 4:30 Eastern. If you can't make that time, don't worry. They're all recorded and you get the recordings from the past 4 months. So what's important is that the week of July 27th is the biggest earnings week, like almost in the entire history of the stock market. I mean, this year's earnings, these will go down in history as the most important earnings seasons of the history of the stock market. So you don't want to miss it. Analysts are waiting to see what happens with earnings to give you guidance for the future. And that means that traders can make more money right now than they ever have before. This process is starting right now. And those of you who enroll today, you're going to have just enough time to get through the brain dump training and watch the boot camp video and the master class to be ready for the first live class on Monday, July 27th. These are the 5 most important classes you will attend this year, probably this decade. This earnings season is the opportunity of a lifetime for those who know how to put that opportunity into action. So it's go time. For those of you who've been waiting for the right opportunity, this is the opportunity to change your trading and literally change your life. By the way, those 5 hands-on training sessions are all 100% live. If you can't make it, they're all recorded, but you'll want to watch them later in the day so you don't get behind. I'd prefer you watch them live if you can. And I will literally real time reveal the top earnings trades each day in those classes. And I'm going to prove that anyone can do this regardless of experience or account size. So here's my guarantee to you. I'm actually trading these trades live with real money so you can see exactly how it's done and follow along. And in fact, I'm using less than a $10,000 account to prove that anyone of any financial means can do this with any account size. So right now it's go time. 1, 2, 3, go to markettaker.com/CHAM, short for chameleon. And let's do this. I'm going to open this up to questions in a second. This is Jill. She joined us last quarter, as a matter of fact. This is a quote from her. Microsoft calendar spread, bought at 265, sold at 375 for a 41.5% profit. She posted this trade in the chat room for everyone to see. David Z closed the last 5 contracts at $1.41, total gain $425 less commission. The class is already paid for itself. Russell says, I'm above an 80% win rate. Most of the others I took were maybe a 5% loss only. Only 1 total loss out of 16 trades. Like you said, middling is really important, waiting for the bid-ask to normalize, which we show you how to do in the class. Just waiting that hour made the last, made a few of the trades winners instead of losers. And we'll show you how to do all that. And then just one more sort of testimonial, if you will. Tyler from Lexington said, I took Dan's course about 7 years ago in college. It was his first exposure to a structured options trading strategy. I started him down a path that he's on today. Now, Tyler is a professional options trader for a fund. So, like, this is something that anybody can do. This is a college kid, and Now he's a professional option trader. So again, this is limited to the first 25 people to join us right now. Go to markettaker.com, says CHAM. And I see we've already got some folks who joined us. Welcome, Xiao Ying. Welcome, Hugh. And welcome, Michael. There's a couple more. I'll read your names later. If I didn't read it yet, don't worry. And now I want to open this up to questions. So please give me your questions in the Q&A.
Do you want me to read them to you, Dan?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, thanks, Will.
Great. Ira, Ziyang Ling asked, it just popped up.
Yeah.
Are the live trading sessions included in the package?
Yes, they are. Those are the most important thing. Like if you've never done these trades before, they're simple, but there's some nuance to them. So I'm literally going to trade them live real time, and you have the opportunity to make those along with me, to ask questions, because I know it's like something new can be scary. I'm going to take away all that fear, and I'm going to give you your confidence. I'm going to make it super easy for you.
Ira asked, you ready for another one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ira asked, you trade and advise on earnings iron condor trades too, or are the time spread trades the bread and butter here? I've only done iron condors, but time spreads look very interesting.
Yeah, Ira, that's a great question. In fact, you'll see in the chat room, there are a couple of our students who sometimes will do iron condors, and iron condors can be good earnings trades. They can be, but what do you want, as a trader, for longevity and for the maximum profits? You want consistency, right? You want consistency, you want bigger winners, and you want more frequent winners. So with time spreads, when they meet this criteria, they're going to be much better than iron condors. In other scenarios, there might be an iron condor here or there. That will work too. But they're more high probability trades. They're higher profits, they're lower loss, and the odds are more in your favor. We're using options nuance. We're trading like a professional trader, but just doing it really simply in all of our retail accounts.
All right. I may mispronounce this. Ziyang Ling asked, do you always use time spreads on calls?
No, we don't. Sometimes calls and sometimes puts, and that matters. And Xiaoling, I saw that you are one of the people who enrolled and joined us, so you're going to learn all that. The gist is basically if the stock, if you're between two strike prices, you want to do it to the one that's closer, but you want to use the out of the money time spread. Without getting too deep into the class, the idea is that call time spreads and put time spreads are synthetically equivalent. And so whichever one you do, you want to do whichever one is closer, and it doesn't much matter. There's a couple important nuances that you learn about, but it doesn't much matter. But what does matter is that out of the money options tend to have tighter bid-ask spreads than in the money options. So yeah, you'll learn. Great question.
Next question. How about time spreads using straddles? So I guess buying a straddle in 1 month and selling a straddle in another.
Yeah, and to be fair, this whole idea of call time spreads and puts time spreads being synthetically created, technically you don't have to, because if the call time spread is equal to the put time spread, you don't have to do that. It's technically, it's called a straddle swap, but we do sometimes do some strangle swaps, which are also called double calendars. And there are some times when it's very important to use those instead.
There you go. The term time spread, it's the same as a calendar spread. He's asking question. That is correct?
Yeah. I intended to mention that earlier. Now that you're asking that question, I'm pretty sure I forgot. Yeah, time spread is the same as calendar spread, is the same as horizontal spread. These are total synonyms, no difference at all. Yeah, great question, Richard.
All right, I'm going to the chat because there were a couple questions that popped up in chat. This is from, unfortunately, it's abbreviated. It's not, the full name isn't coming up. It's Ben. Hey, Dan, thanks for the webinar. I just got here and missed most of it, but I've heard of you from Options Bootcamp podcast. I appreciate the content. He just wants to know, is this like mostly for beginners, intermediate, advanced? That was his question. Thanks.
Yeah, that, in a class last week, I addressed this. Like, I know there's people who are new to it and people who've been doing it for a long time, but there's really no beginner, intermediate, advanced traders. There's people who have the information they need to make a lot of money and the people who don't. And I'm going to make anyone the latter one, or the former one rather, the people who have the information to be able to be successful. Last quarter, we had a record number of people enroll in this for obvious reasons. This year earnings season, like this is the thing to trade this entire year. We had some people who are really brand new, and remember, those of you who are brand new, I'm going to give you the options impact video series. So if you're brand new, don't worry. We're giving away this $500 course just to make it easy for you to trade if you're a beginner. But a lot of the people who signed up also are advanced people. In fact, Jill, I don't remember her background. I talk to these people like every day in our chat room where they're posting their trades, but some of them have been trading for like a decade and they're doing great. And they're helping the newer people and they're helping each other, and they're just getting better and better, because let's face it, no matter how good you are, if you think that you're good enough, what does good enough mean? Right? It's like, we're looking for the people who we can really help. And if that's you, great. We're thrilled to do so.
All right. We have a question from Martin. He's asking, and this is concerning the chat room. After 6 months, what's the chat room cost? He's asking.
Oh yeah. Good question. So it's $99 a month for non-members, but if you stay in with any of our classes, it's free. It comes along with any of our classes, and you've got 6 months to decide if you want to stick around with us. But yeah, it's normally $99.
This is a question from Mr. Chameleon, which happens to be me. How many people are in? Like, I go log into the chat. Log into the chat room. I mean, is it just me and you? I mean, how many people are typically? And is it only during trading hours? I mean, do people get on after hours? I mean, is there a? And can you look back at old conversations? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, you can look back at old conversations. You can go back for a long time, I think. People log in like about 7 o'clock in the morning Central Time, which is 8 Eastern Time, an hour and a half before the market opens. They start sharing, hey, did you guys see this news? Oh, did you look at this stock? Oh, look, this stock is doing this. Hey, oh, that trade that I made yesterday looks like I'm going to be able to take it off for this. Like, everyone in the chat room is instantly prepared for the trading day and like armed with information. And it goes until, like a little bit after the close. People are still kind of talking and sharing more information. Hey, why didn't this work? And just people helping each other. There are people in it literally all day long, just sharing ideas, helping each other. It's like, it is the best trader community like ever created.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is actually coming from a great chameleon and a great guy who I've known for years. And actually, he's also an ex-floor guy. I think at one time, and it's Scott Larison, correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, but I think at one time he put up the largest options trade. It was in the currency options on the Philex. I remember there were 2 tickets in a frame in the lunchroom, Dmitry. I don't know if you remember that, but that was Scott Larison's trade. Yeah, and he answers correct. But he's asking, what are the strategy screeners based on to determine the most profitable? Implied vol spread versus historical, average move in the underlying post earnings per share report, IVOL crush in the front month, or the difference between IVOL between the 2 expirations is his question.
Yes.
Yes to everything?
Yes, everything. Yeah, great question. Yeah, I mean, obviously, and great to meet you, by the way, Scott. With that introduction, You've been around the block. Super great to meet you. And yeah, obviously it's definitely all of those things. And it's important to use all of those things and to do them right, do them in the right order, to do them in the right, proportion, and assign the right relevancy to them. So yep, absolutely. You've got it down.
D, the last question I'll leave with you. Do you want to share your screen? Someone was asking earlier, and I know Dan, and this would be another question, but Dan's looking at the 27th. I know this week we have some earnings coming out. I don't know if you want to bring up your screen and show some of the earnings. Someone's asking about the Chameleon.
Sure.
And looking at the earnings. I don't know if you wanted to take a quick look at how you would look at the earnings coming up this next week. We can maybe end on that if you want.
Yeah, let me see if tell me if you see my screen right now.
I do.
Sure. So what was the question? What did they
Well, he was asking, he's using the Chameleon to look at earnings trades.
Yeah.
He wants, to see the coming earnings and I know this week, I think there's some bank earnings coming up.
Yeah, sure.
So he wants to see if you see anything maybe in the, what's coming up this week, anything interesting on the Chameleon.
Sure. So over here, the easiest, fastest way to do it is I'm just going to look up what's coming up in the next 2 weeks. So you could see here Pepsi, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. So you could see here it's really quickly just lined up. These are the implied moves right here based on the market's already closed. Those last implied moves. This is what it moved in, on average last 12 quarters. So it's really quickly, you could just kind of compare how much the implied moves are estimating over the last 12 quarters. So we see here Goldman Sachs, this is healthcare, UNH, PNC. This is actually, everybody who's joined in now, we're planning maybe later this week, right? Well, to do a pre-market show. So we're going to just talk maybe for 15 minutes, really just talk about what's coming up, what to look out for, how markets are setting up, and potential, places to look and ideas to set up.
We're thinking we're going to start a pre-market show on Wednesday. So that'll be pretty cool.
Maybe, Wednesday or Thursday, we'll see. We're trying to prepare ahead of time because this will be our first one. But the fastest way, just right here, you could see here's Netflix coming up. If you're looking at, let's just say the top ones, let's just see what are the biggest companies coming up in the next 2 weeks. So we see here JP Morgan, UNH, J&J, Bank of America, Netflix, Microsoft, Tesla. Tesla's been moving around like crazy now. So that's the anticipated move, 17%. That's a huge, that's
for all those Tesla's owners, if they'd only bought stock instead of a Tesla, right, Dan?
Oh man, yeah, the Tesla. Well, I was just reading actually that they said there are 10,000. I think this is what they said. There are 10,000 retail customers per hour buying Tesla.
Holy crap!
Yeah. 10,000 retail traders per hour, according, I think Robinhood keeps these statistics. So that's insane, right? That's a pretty.
It just fell to the floor. My wife's gonna have to come pick me up. That is incredible.
Yeah. So that's really interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But Tesla right now, it's through the roof. People. I think I was even reading. I forget. It was maybe Bloomberg or CNBC. I forget exactly where. But now they're saying, people are becoming millionaires trading Tesla. That's how, the explosiveness in that stock. So it's interesting. But yeah, these are the mega cap stocks coming up in the next 2 weeks. But obviously there's much more. If we could just go over 1 billion, a lot of stocks coming up, in the next 2 weeks.
There you are. A lot of opportunities, and Dan was nice enough to give the Chameleon community. I know we constantly have people asking us about education, and that's what Dan does. He shares a lifetime of experience, and he gave Chameleons a nice little opportunity today. So try it out.
Yeah.
Dan, thanks so much. Do you have a parting comment?
No, just welcome to all the new people. I love the enthusiasm. Thank you so much for putting your faith in us. You're gonna love it. Like I said, it's our most profitable class for our students. So welcome, and thank you everyone else for sharing your time with me. I really enjoyed the opportunity. And Will and Dmitry, thank you guys especially.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Have a great week, and hopefully we see you this week, right? Because possibly Wednesday we'll shoot out an email. Possibly Wednesday we'll do a show in the pre-market, talk about what's going on in the early hours.
Yep, and with that, I think there's going to be some new features on the Chameleon for the pre-market, right, D? We're not
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be talking about like the new features for the pre-market.
So for all those, chameleons out there, Scott Larison, you may want to have the Chameleon on your desk that morning so you can see these new features and how Dimitri's using them. Dan, again, thanks so much. Good luck this earnings season, everybody. Dan, you in particular, you and your all your students and all the people on the MTM chat. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for joining us, Chameleons, and we'll see you in the morning this week. Have a great night. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.